Hello. Do you find it frustrating how infrequently I'm able to do LEGO City updates on this channel? Guarantee you it's at least 10 times as frustrating for me. LEGO puts out so many sets every single season and in between as well, and I have to review as many of those as I possibly can. Plus, I'm live streaming 6 days a week now, 6 days a week, and working the other day. No break, zero break for me. Raised over $50,000 for charity in 2023, and still have a huge backlog of work that is just sitting around, just waiting to be dealt with. So unfortunately, as you all have seen, my work on my city has been not up to par. It's been nowhere close to what I personally want. Custom building is what I like, but there just aren't enough. There just haven't been enough hours in the day, frankly. But on one of those days per week that I do live stream, it is to the Patreon group, Patreon supporters. And during those times, I like to, as best I can, whenever I can, reserve that time for just working on the stuff that some of my longer term fans enjoy the most, which is custom design and working on this little residential district for my city is, it's the main thing that I focused on recently. If you know my city, if you know the layout, you can kind of figure out where this is. The small boat marina is here. The beach is over here. The seagulls are here, right? There's a building right here, right now, that has the lights in it and everything that eventually I hope to replace, but it's super, super low priority to replace that. More important is filling up all those empty spaces all throughout the city. Way too many empty spaces since I finally, a long time ago, got rid of all non-custom stuff. So this is the progress. I did a video, at least one video, covering stuff that I was working on here. This is the progress up to now since the last time that I did a video, well, in the studio. This building has changed color and it is now buildable. It is actually ready to build. I think it has a floor in there and it is separated, if I recall correctly. Yes, I did get it separated, and it just has a couple things that need to be, most recently I changed the style of the windows on the back. I just need to fill in a couple of gaps there, but otherwise this thing is ready to have parts collected and or bought for it, and it's ready to build. It's 2 units, residential units, side by side, and it's good to go. This building here also needs a floor to be put in between the ground floor and the upper floor, but the supports for that floor are here, and the exterior is complete for it. These exterior details, landscaping and stuff to be added, but the building itself is there. When I first designed it, it was shorter. It was not as tall as it is, so I've increased the height. I realized that I was making it way too small. I want all of these buildings to be, or these residential homes to be, relatively compact. I'm trying to get myself to build things smaller in general. No interior details have been designed for this or any of them up to this point, because the exterior is the most important thing. That's what people are going to see when I take a camera into the city room. But I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. I like the styling of it. A lot of smaller things have kind of just come together in a way that makes me happy. And then this, I had some serious creative block in the early progress on this. Finally pushed past that, and I feel okay about this. It feels a little bit, well, they all feel a little bit dated, but this one's not quite there yet. Obviously there's a gap up here and stuff, but most of the exterior I'm generally happy with. I will probably do another round or 2 of design work digitally on this before switching to building it in person, building the actual physical thing. I think this one is ready to build. I just need to collect the parts together for it. I do have the specialized parts that I need, like this, and these up here, the skylights, but I might be a little bit low on, plates or the inverted slopes here. This one I probably need to buy a bunch of dark blue pieces, especially some of the medium-sized bricks and slopes, both. The rest of it I probably have. Yeah, probably. And then lastly, the most recent one that I've been working on is the bunker building over here. The idea is that it's kind of channeling what I think the photo studio that Lego uses a lot for their marketing photos looks like from the outside. So I've kind of gone back and forth between being silly with it and taking it a little bit seriously from an architectural perspective. I've made a lot of little changes on it, especially recently, and I'm liking how it's turning out. I think it's starting to come together. I think it's starting to feel believable, and I think the layout is generally going to work. Yeah, it's just taking it silly and thinking about building things in a semi-brutalist, semi-modern style with lots of concrete, lots of gray, lots and lots of gray. Just one little bit of color, like an organic tone here, which is a nod that you see in modern house design, very modern house design, where they'll do just something to make it look like, yeah, it's fully synthetic, but there's also a connection to the land. There's something organic about it. They'll put just a little bit of some earthy tone in it somewhere. So I did that. That might yet move around. I also just recently abandoned the idea of having access to this topmost roof area, and I think it cleans things up a lot. Makes it a lot easier to look at it. I just need to put some small details up there and do some more ridiculous concrete sculptures and things out here. Maybe put some concrete furniture on this upper kind of patio, upstairs patio. But yeah, that's at least some stuff that I've been getting done. Also, I did not show publicly. I think I showed it on a Patreon stream briefly, but I did receive my first orders of parts from Lego Pick-a-Brick directly for my next skyscraper build, my next full physical in-person skyscraper build, which is the colorful one back here. So all the parts that I ordered from lego.com, which included the best sellers, what they call the best sellers, that come relatively quickly, and then the ones that also come from overseas that take forever, have all arrived, and they've been sorted away, and they're ready to be used. I do need to make some Bricklink orders, though. That's going to take me a while longer yet for more of the colors. But the design of this is good to go. It's ready to build. This will be the next major thing that I build in the city or for the city. I'm looking forward to that because, this green monolith thing, I've always liked its shape. Its exterior design is terrible, super boring, like even more boring than it ought to be. But it's there, but it's been kind of alone, especially for its size, and has generated hundreds of questions and comments over the years about, hey, Jang, it would be great if you had more than one skyscraper. You should think about doing more than one skyscraper. Like, I know. It's a city, and this is the downtown area. The intent is for there to be a downtown area there, not just one skyscraper. So finally, this one is, the design is there. The design of this one is almost there. However, this one is not yet built, is not designed to be built. There's no accommodation for separation of floors, so I need to work on that. I need to put, even if individual floors can't be separated, I need to do something to make it a little bit modular, just for the sake of moving it and also making later adjustments. These are not going to be hollow, but they're not going to have interior details for probably years because, again, interior details don't matter when you're looking at something from the outside. This one, because of all the large windows, I might have to put some small details around the rim, around the edges. Otherwise, it might look just too open and empty. But I forget if there was some progress on this since the last video I did in here, but this one, at least the major shape, and I did test out this shape here, not only just what it looks like there for each floor, but also the structure and the exact shape of it and how it would fit ultimately down to a grid, so how everything would be locked together. I have a physical model, 1-to-1 scale physical model of that. So this is buildable. Had a lot of issues along the way with things that I just didn't like. Just little things that I didn't like that I've figured out. This top, I don't know. I might be able to leave it somewhat similar to that. I thought I wanted to make it really smooth, but don't necessarily need to. It might actually be close, but some details, and each of these needs the ground floor to be detailed. That is going to happen because I want to be able to look at minifigures on the outside and in the background just see that, oh yeah, these buildings have something in them. Even if the stuff up here is going to be, I'm going to cheat a little bit on those just so that they don't look too obviously hollow. The rest of the plaza over here needs to be finished, but as you know, there's a building right here. There's a building right here in real life. The police station, which I haven't done a video about yet because I want to get it filled with lights first. That's over here as well, and then I need to put something in between. But otherwise, the plaza is mostly going to be open space, a little bit of green space, a little bit of just pedestrian access, nice wide pedestrian access. But that's where things are at right now. That's what I've got. The only other thing that I've done for the city, also during a Patreon stream, was updating my Shell gas station. You know, my old Shell gas station has a little bit of retro styling to it. That was originally designed for a very specific place in old JANG City, and it has base plates that are specifically cut to that area. It's always been on those. I think I made an adjustment once off one end, but I finally got it down to a standard grid size, or a grid compatible size. It's 1.5. It's 2 base plates by 1.5 base plate. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's 64 by 48 on a rectangle, which makes it so much easier to move things around. Since I have done some changes to the layout, I'm still very interested in pushing the overall layout of the whole city in a direction that makes me personally happier. Remember, I've talked about this before. All the compromises I made over the years, which have been part of the process of learning, but a lot of them have been ultimately mistakes and based on bad prioritization. Part of it prioritizing caring what other people think, part of it prioritizing caring about what I need to do to be legitimate as a builder, and part of it just not putting enough, I don't know, not putting enough, I guess not heart, putting too much logic into it. Not thinking enough about the human factors of it, especially for us huge figures, and looking at these things and getting entertainment out of looking at them. So more work will continue to be done on that as time is available. But for now, this is what I got. This is what I've been up to since the last time I was able to do anything here, and I will continue at it whenever I can. But again, life is a thing. There's non-content creation stuff to take care of in life. There's 3 times as much content creation related stuff as any of you ever see that goes on behind the scenes just to keep up. And again, of course, I have been live streaming 6 days a week, 5 of those days per week on Twitch. So if you ever want to drop in and see what I'm up to, see the proof that I am not a lazy bum doing absolutely nothing, that I am working constantly. Check out my Twitch channel almost every day. And of course, the reviews are being pumped out as quickly as possible. And I will keep working my best and trying to shift life around so that I can focus more on the stuff that I personally really enjoy and really want to do the most, which is the custom stuff. But for now, thank you for your patience, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.